Hello and welcome to the command window lecture. In this lecture, I'm going to show you how the command window is used in MATLAB. So the command window is an interactive way to basically you can put equations in here, you can make plots from here, you can do all different things. Anything that you can put in your MATLAB script, your .m file, you can also put in your command window. And so for example, we're just going to run through a quick little example here, and this will give you a pretty good idea of how the command window is used. And all throughout this course, we will be using the command window. And as you use MATLAB, you'll come to find out that the command window is very valuable for all sorts of things. And one of those things especially is when you're creating a complex or longer script, it's a great way to quickly verify if your equation or the line that you have in your script is evaluating to what you would expect it. So for example, we are going to take a variable, we'll call it a, and we're going to make a equal to the value of 4. And then I'll put a and hit enter. And so as soon as I do that, we can see in the workspace we now have this name, it's a variable a, and it's equal to the value of 4. Now, as soon as I hit enter, you see that we have this a equals 4. Now, if I do my b equal to 5, I'll put a semicolon and hit enter. And then we'll see that my b value is now equal to 5. And so by putting the semicolon, we'll see that the b value is no longer displayed in our command window. And what that is it's called suppressing your output. So from this command b equals 5, the output is we create a variable b and it has a value of 5, but we suppress the output. So we still have a variable b and it's equal to 5, but we just suppressed it. So on this a equals 4, if I were to put a semicolon there, the a equals 4 would have no longer been displayed on the command window. And so now that I have these variables, another thing to note, and we will get more into this when we talk about variables and programming, but it is case sensitive. So I can have a variable lowercase a equal to, we'll say 7, and we'll suppress the output. So now we see we have a lowercase a, which is equal to the value of 7, and a capital A, which is equal to 4. And what I'm going to do, we're just going to go ahead and delete the a. So we'll do a command clear a, and we hit enter. We'll see that the lowercase a is removed from our workspace. So now we only have a and b. And so now these are the values that we can use to do different operations with. So for example, we'll do very basic. We'll say a plus b, and if we don't suppress the output, it'll display it. And automatically, if we don't create a variable called ans, short for answer, is created. And our ans is equal to 9, which makes sense because we have our a, which is 4, and our b, which is 5. 4 plus 5 is equal to 9, and it gives you the value ans. Now, we can do the same exact command, and if we push the up arrow key, it gives you a history of all the commands that we've created. So we're pressing the up arrow key on your keyboard, I can click the a plus b, and now instead of hitting enter, I'll make it a variable called result is equal to a plus b. Now if I hit enter, result is now equal to 9. And we still have the variable ans. So if we do another one, let's say we take a times b, and we'll suppress it, hit enter. Now we'll see that our ans is equal to 20. That's because 4 times 5 is equal to 20. But our result is still equal to 9. And that's because our result is equal to a plus b. And we can do all different types of math operations. So I can take my a divided by b and hit enter. And the answer is 0.8, which makes sense. Our a is 4, our b is 5. 4 divided by 5, 4/5 is 0.8 or 80%. And I can do my a minus b, all our different standard operations, minus 1. We can also do slightly more complex, and we will cover this in the basic commands and equations section. So we'll give you a whole list of all the different MATLAB commands you can do, but all these commands can be typed in your command window. So for example, we're going to talk about square root. Now, a way to tell if the command is correct or not we'll just start by typing, so SQRT is for square root. And as soon as I put the open bracket on it, you'll see that we have this SQRTX. That tells us that we put a value in there and it'll give us the square root of it. But if we click on the more help, or you can search this function on Google and type in MATLAB square root function, you'll find this. But what this tells me is that it's supported. So for example, if I do this all caps, SQRT, open parentheses, it's saying cannot display function hint and cannot parse function reference, page, or MATLAB function code. What that means is it does not recognize any function called capital SQRT. So what I could do is I could create my own MATLAB function, and we'll cover that later in another section. But this is telling me that, hey, whatever you put in here, this is not a recognized function by MATLAB, so it's not going to work. So we'll go back to our SQRT, open that up, and we'll put a value in there. So if we put our A plus B inside of our square root, we'll hit enter, and the result of this will be, it'll take our A plus our B, which will give us a value of 9, and the square root of that is 3. And so we get the result of 3. And so you can do all different types of complex. I can even just type up a crazy one here. We'll say A plus B times A plus result, and we'll hit enter. The answer of that is 33. So A plus B times A plus result is equal to 33. And so that is how you can use the command window. And so it's a great way to type up, do quick little math commands, or anything you want. And also, another quick little hint, quick command, which we'll cover later as well, but we can do the CLC, which is clear. And what that does is it clears the command window. So as soon as I do that, everything that I had displayed on my command window goes away, but my workspace still stays the same. If I want to get rid of my workspace, I type in the clear command. So clear, and then I can do CLC. Now I'm back to square one. And so that is a quick way that you can use the command window. And like I said, throughout the rest of this course, we're going to be constantly using the command window. So this is just a brief overview of how you can use this.